you're eating enough calories, you're eating enough protein. That's not always true. We have different ages and stages that require different amounts of protein. Now, there is more data coming out associating muscle mass with longevity. And that's not the only indicator because we know bodybuilders, for example, have a very short lifespan compared to the rest of the population. But we are seeing that, there is a connection there. And then depending on your particular body composition, your activity level, and your needs. So I don't always agree with that statement that if you're eating enough calories, you're eating enough protein, because where are your calories come from? If you're eating calories that are predominantly coming from carbohydrates and grains, you're getting some protein, but you might not be getting enough protein for your body's needs. So I always say, especially if you're active, whether you're a growing child, whether you're an active adult, make sure that you're intaking high ticket items, because we really can't compare 8 grams of protein that's coming from half a cup of chickpeas to 26 grams of protein that's going to come from 4 ounces of chicken. There's a huge discrepancy there. So you want to make sure that in every single meal, sure, eat beans, but don't count on that as your only protein source. Get one of what I like to call a high ticket item. So if you are a predominantly or exclusive plant-based eater, you do want to ensure that you are feeding your gut microbes, your muscles, your entire body with sufficient amounts of protein. So go for one of those high ticket, at least 15 plus grams of protein in one item, plus the other veggies and grains and things that you're eating. So make sure that you're eating, whether that's tofu or tempeh, high protein tofu or tempeh. If you're allergic or intolerant to soy, then have pumfu, which is pumpkin seed tofu. If you can do wheat, you can eat something like seitan, which is a more concentrated wheat protein source if you can tolerate it. Maybe it is protein powders, or maybe it is something like a chickpea flour or one of these bean pastas. So that is going to be more comparable. 26 grams of plant protein for 4 ounces of bean pasta, again, to 20 plus grams of protein if you are eating animal products. So I always like to put that out there. I don't, want to confuse people and make it seem like, yeah, just give up your steak for, a little portion of nuts and seeds. It's not going to compare when it comes to protein quantity, and you might just require more.